Alright, good evening everybody. This is a live severe weather briefing. The National Weather Service has just issued a tornado warning in process here. Just a second. And we'll just get radar pulled up. This is well, I've been watching this sail up in the last couple minutes. And it decided to go tornado warned. And we definitely need to be watching that sail really closely. And we'll make sure the audio's on so people could hear us. Okay, we got that. And this tornado warning goes into effect. So we'll take a look here and switch this around so we can get back on here. I'm trying to see. Alright, that's the way I want it to be. So let me do a little something here to our I'll put tornado warning here on our ticker so we can see what we're doing. Just a second, I'm taking a look here. That runs through 6:45. It's a fast warning. Alright, let's get radar back up. Looks like somebody popped on. So just give me a second. I'm trying to get everything pulled up right. Alright, looks like somebody looks like Mel said it's tightened up a little bit. So this we'll read the tornado warning text first before we go into this. Zoom in here. This tornado warning is in effect for north central Clay County and north central Texas into 6:45. At 6:17, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located 4 miles southwest of Pearlton, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. Hazardous tornado and golf ball size hail. So flying debris be deadly to kayak shelter. If you live in Harris area and Platterton and Den area, this is time to seek shelter. This is a radar indicated tornado. Nothing has been spotted yet on the ground. We'll pull up velocity, and you can see this thing is very tight. So we could be seeing a tornado with the storm. Looks like Mail saying looks like a debris ball. So folks, this is not really good now. Mail just said there is a debris ball with the sail. So we'll back out a little closely. Take a look at this on radar and switch here. So that probably, let me upgrade this. Take a look here. Yeah, there's a little yellow spot. So we're definitely going to have to watch this. This could be a tornado developing, especially up to golf ball size hail. That is a very strong sign. We could be seeing a severe thunderstorm, a tornado right there. That is showing me some very large hail with the storm. And we take a look over here by Lake City area. That storm is starting to tide up a little bit too. So we could be getting another storm trying to spin up. But this is very tight rotation. So if you're in the polygon, you need to be taking cover now. Right now, go to the lowest floor of your home. Just put a helmet on top of your head. Put a bike helmet, like a football helmet, or just some kind of helmet to protect yourself for flying debris. I mean, we definitely don't want you to go outside taking any photos of this. It could be invisible where you're not going to see it coming. So we definitely want you to be in your tornado safe spot right now. We do have that storm. Very tight rotation. This goes in effect at 6:45. We'll check in with debris and Maybe need to switch a different site here a minute. Maybe that's a little far away or too close to the radar. Unavailable. So let me go over here. And you can see that's the cyclone right there. That's the rotating storm. So if you're in Dean area, if you're in this area, you need to be in your tornado safe spot now. Get away from windows, go to the lowest floor. That is a very strong sign of a tight rotation. That's red next to green, gate to gate sheared. Very tight. So we need to be in our tornado safe spot. Just got another message from Mail. Possible rain wrapped. So folks, if this is rain wrapped, you're not going to see this tornado. You need to get to shelter. With this storm, you need to be hidden to the basement, lowest floor, of the building. You don't want to go in mobile homes right now. Mobile homes are not going to be safe in this type of event. So I'm going to add something here. So right now, I'm going back here, look at the tornado warning, and that is definitely rain wrapped, Mail. I can tell you this is very rain wrapped. Looks like the strong signs of rotation with this. We'll switch back to the red, analyze this again, and you can see that is still a sign that we can seeing a tornado on the ground with the storm. And we definitely need to be taking your tornado precaution areas right now. Is going to the lowest floor of the building. Make sure you put many walls between you as possible. This is a storm that we really need to be keeping an eye on right now. And definitely we need to be in a small 2 room. So right now we want to stay with you probably to 6:45 and see what they do with the tornado warning. If they keep it, then we'll remain with you. But this storm is still capable of producing some hail up here and tornado, and it looks like up to golf ball. So that is enough to start shattering some windows. You definitely want to make sure you're away from the windows right now. And we also have a severe thunderstorm warning too right here. It's been issued. This goes in effect. And that's still showing golf ball size hail. And this other severe thunderstorm warning runs through 6:45 for Wichita County. And each one of these cells could be capable of producing some very large hail in central Cook County and north central Texas, north central Gracie County, and north central Texas. At 6:27, severe thunderstorm is located. Lindsay, Greenville, moving at 30 miles an hour. So hazardous 60 miles of wind gust, quarter-size hail with this storm. And this storm I'm really concerned about because this is another separate storm. It could be giving me signs of a possible tornado once again. So if you live in Lindsay area, Boston area, Gracieville, Oak Ridge, Calvinburg, or any in this red polygon, just be aware because this storm over here is really tight. Very tight right here. This storm is very tight. I just got some more messages from Mail again. Large enough to kill you if you're not outside without a helmet. So looks like we're starting to get some more strong signs of some very strong rotation over here. So we'll go back to the tornado warning. So we'll zoom in here a little bit more closely. That is giving me signs of a pretty strong sign of rotation here. You need to go if you need to put a helmet on your head right now and protect yourself from flying debris. Sorry, backed in a little too closely, and you can see that is showing me this severe thunderstorm warning right over here. All right, the National Weather Service just put out a new severe thunderstorm warning now, and that runs through 7 p.m. for Clay County, Central Texas, South Central Archie County, North Central Texas. See, South Central Wichita, southwestern Kansas, Texas, into 7:15 at 6:30. A severe thunderstorm located 3 miles south of Jolly, or 7 miles southwest of Wichita Falls, moving east at 55. So hazardous golf ball size hail and 60 miles of wind gust. So we're starting to get more of a damaging straight line wind, especially anything red next to green like that. That is gate to gate sheared. Winds going in, winds going out. Okay, so we just still on the tornado warning. It still looks like that very strong sign of rotation. Checking with our tools. Back out a little closely here. Just got another message from mail saying Oklahoma City is under the gun tonight. Yeah, that's definitely right. Right now, I'm gonna take a little break here a second and go get my dinner, and we'll be right back. Just got a report before we go off here of a 65 miles of wind with this. So we definitely need to be aware of that. We will keep the live feed going. And Mail, if you see any report, just pass them along and I'll read them when I get back. We'll be back just in a second, in a little bit. Alright, folks, I'm back. The National Weather Service just issued another tornado warning. So let me check here. Alright, let's look at the new tornado warning in process here. The 6:45 too for Clay County at 6:27 is the thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado that was south of Parenton, moving east at 30 miles an hour. So hazardous tornado and golf ball size hail with this. Alright, that tornado warning has expired. We already did have one report up at 55 miles of gust. New circulation trying to pop up over there. Alright, we just had something maybe spin up here. A tornado was reported in Bay Area. So, the storm runs effect South Central Gravy County and North Central Oklahoma, South Central Stevens County, and South Central Oklahoma, South Central Carter County, and Oklahoma. And to 7:30 at 6:39, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was 7 miles east of Bray, moving east at 25 miles an hour. Hazardous. Alright, now folks, we're not into a good situation. We have a damaging tornado right now. So, lots of hail with the storm, so we're going to have to switch gears. Alright, lots of hail with that, Mel said. I just got a message here. Alright, we just have a damaging tornado warning. This goes in effect to 7:30 now at alright, at 6:45, a confirmed tornado was located 8 miles southeast of Bray, moving east at 20 miles an hour. Hazardous, damaging tornado, golf ball size hail. Weather Spotters has confirmed a tornado. So folks, if you live in Airman City, Forston, Terms, or Nail, you need to be taking cover. Report of a tornado on the ground now. So we have a tornado on the ground. Very tight rotation there. This is a tornado on the ground now. This is a storm we gotta have to watch here now. And this is a storm we need to be watching. Just a second. Okay, now we got that storm we need to be really watching now. So, while we're on, very strong signs of rotation. So, we want to keep this up on here. Checking for debris. And I don't see any right now. That's a good sign. But you definitely need to be in your tornado safe spot. Let me check our tools we use. There's a little something there. But we need to be watching just in case this storm would produce a tornado. We already seen a train spotter did see something. Pretty decent updrafts there. And you can see that over here by Carter area. That is some pretty strong, very large hail with the storm. So we have a damaging tornado text now. So we definitely want to be in your tornado safe spot. Get to the lowest floor of a building. You know, make sure you have a helmet on your head. Protect yourself for flying debris. I mean, we have a tornado warning. You definitely want to make sure you're in a let's see, go to the bar here. I'll take this off. Make a new one just a quick. I mean, you definitely want to make sure if you're in a basement, if you have one, ground floor, put many walls between you as possible. Second. Okay, just got a message from Mail, and he said no damage reports yet, but they may wait until it passes. Alright, Mail, have you seen any debris with this damage and tornado right now? So let's take a look here at the tornado warning, and this goes in effect into excuse me, 7:30. You can see a very strong sign of rotation a little bit. I mean, it might be close to the radar to tell that. Let me check for debris, and we don't have any. Hail's always telling you that. Just tells me very large hail with that severe tornado warning. And you can see that severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for golf ball size hail. That's the biggest thing we've been getting, is very large hail this evening. I mean, we were really concerned about these very large hail events. Sometimes you get these spin up tornadoes. So right now I'm going to stop and get something to drink. I'll be right back. Alright, he said no debris with this. No debris ball yet. Free State squall line trying to form, and that's where you'll get your individual tornadoes. Sometimes that could really spin up. So that's what we need to be watching here. Zoom in. The tornado warning goes in effect at 7:30. I mean, for a little bit longer. It's moving at 20 miles an hour. I like to check. Nothing's spotted yet. Well, nothing's there, but this still shows rotation there. We'll pull up our velocity. Don't really see anything. Just red next to green. That's still a very tight shear there. And you get all these severe thunderstorm warnings. That's going to concern me. Once you start seeing these severe thunderstorm warnings, and down here, that's the one that we could get a possible tornado spin up right over here by Lindsay and Grady area. So we'll pull up this, and we'll need to use this a little closely so we can see what we're doing here. Very strong sign to rotation right there. I know, Mel, you can probably see this. That it still shows a little bit of rotation, red next to green there a little bit. We definitely need to be watching that sail. I mean, this is what we have to watch. So right now I'm just looking at that sail, because that has some rotation with it. We got 3 of those tornado signatures. Echo tops are still there. And I like looking at our dual pole, just to make sure nothing trying to spin up, because sometimes this is why we call them QLC, because they spin up really quickly. So, like I said, that is some very tight rotation. I still won't be surprised if this goes tornado warned. It continues to tie it up a little bit, it will. And right now, we still have the tornado warning. Right now, it still runs in effect. And we'll back in a little closely here. Still shows damage and tornado moving at 20 miles an hour. And we'll switch this back here. If you live in a Vidasha area, that could be a storm we need to be watching. And you can see what else it moves into, like environment. You can see we'll switch that out for a little bit. Yep, rotation looks very tight at times, and that's what we we're going to have to watch here. Rotation's really tight. I know now we got one report up here by Bay. It was just dime size to quarter size hail. That's still enough to cause some significant damage at times. Quarters and dimes, it still could cause some minor problems, but golf balls, it's getting big. Right now, the tornado warning goes through 7:30. Let me check the chat room. Sure nobody has said anything quite yet. And Mel, have you seen any new reports coming in? Just a second here. I'm going to share some things to the site. I mean, this is just one of these setups, what we've been doing here. And Mel said not quite yet. So that's some good news. We're not having any reports coming in quite yet.
Often when these get pulled
hold on
in,
a sec.
and like
Okay, here we are. We're still tracking the tornado warning. I'm starting to get some more shear markers down here by Greenville area. And just get close to the radar. We can see it. And this still looks tight. Very tight rotation right here by south of Greenville and south of Lindsay area. That is still showing me signs of some pretty decent rotation there. Mail, what do you think about this severe thunderstorm warning? It looks like it has some pretty decent rotation with that, don't you? And we'll switch back to the hail potentially. You can see almost 1.75. That is still a storm, but we need to be watching for very large hail. And that's the situation that we need to be watching for very large hail. That is still a tight system there. And I like to see, Mr. Nothing's trying to form, because once the storm can form, it can produce always sometime a debris ball. Sometimes it can. Most of the time it won't. But you never know when things are going to form. Alright, that goes through about 7:30 tonight. We'll take a look here. Nothing popped in yet. Just taking. Looking at some damage reports coming in. All right. Looks like it's going to train a wall. Alright, thank you for the update, Mail. So we'll zoom in here at the tornado warning once again. You can see that it's still pretty decent signs of rotation. So if you're still in the tornado warning, advice to you to go to the safe spot, lowest floor of your home. The basement will be the safest place to be in. I don't want anybody going out there and taking any photos of this, because this could be rain wrapped. You may not see these storms coming. And definitely this storm is a damaging tornado. Now the storm Alright, now the storm downgraded to a radar indicated tornado, so that could be some good sign. Alright, at 6:53, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was 7 miles north of Bowman, moving east at 25. Hazardous tornado and ping pong ball size hail. So the storm was damaging tornado, but now it decided to go back up. So it could have just spun up and went back up in the clouds. So we'll check in with our... And it's still a little tight, but less than it was. So definitely you make sure you're still in your tornado safe spot right now. There's just been a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings. That's going to be a problem once you get South Central Clay County, South Central Eastern Archer County, and North Central Texas. At 7:59, severe thunderstorms located near Scotland, near 7 miles south of Brogrove, or 5 miles south of Blowgrove, moving east at 30 miles an hour. Hazardous ping pong ball size hail and 60 miles of wind gust. So what we'll do is checking with our velocity, and there is some pretty decent signs of some damage and straight line winds is going to be our problem. That's why we're still having to so far have no trees down, anything like that quite yet, but the biggest winds I've been seeing is 55, so that's still enough to get gusty, but maybe it's kind of dark, hard to get reports in at nighttime when it's dark like this. New marker just came in, and that is still showing me that we could have some rotation with this. Mail said a debris ball. Well, that's at 7 o'clock. A debris ball northwest. Is that in the tornado warning mail? Let me take a look at that again. So back out. We have that tornado warning in process. So let me flip back up here. Look at the north again and see what we have. It says it's unavailable. Maybe let me try to. Alright, yeah, that is very tight rotation. Now I'm going to look at the debris ball with this, see what we have. And it'll take a little bit, and yeah. It looks like we're starting to get a little bit debris there. I mean, for the storm, if you're in the tornado warning, you need to be taking cover. Was that in the large mess? Mel, do you think this is a debris ball right here, or you think that's just clever? This still shows pretty decent rotation right over here. So this is a hazardous. It's ping pong ball size hail with this. So and the big hail in the middle. So we're starting to get large hail with the storm. So that's another situation. We could be getting some very large hail. So let me pull up that. Almost 1 inch hail. That'd be quarter size again. And just like to analyze this. So earlier we did have a little bit of debris. That was earlier. And you can see there's something up to the north. That could be something could have been spinning up. You know, it's nighttime, you just need to be taking cover, and you'll be fine. So, severe thunderstorm warnings are in process right now. You can get these winds over 65, or even higher than that. We can see some damage and straight line winds. That's why we're still continuing to watch this. I mean, mainly this is just going to be some strong winds, and I mean, hail has been the biggest tonight. Golf ball has been the biggest. And it's over here by Greedy. This severe thunderstorm warning, it still had a tornado text, and it still does. So let me check our velocity. I like to get a little close to it because that'll tell more. Yeah, very strong signs, and it says still unavailable. So let me pull down to the next slot. And look, it still said unavailable. So right now, waiting on updates to come in. You can see we already had some damage and winds. Winds over 65. Winds over 65 up here. I mean, 65 is over thunderstorm gust. And there is a new little marker popping up here. And this is the storm over by Clay County that has very large hail with it. So let me check that out. You know, they can see some strong rotation at times. A little red next to green. That could be gate to gate sheared at times. Alright, Mel said, just looking at some things here, no damage reports. Hopefully that's in a rural, in a rough rural area. I hope so too. So sometimes these tornadoes can spin up a lot and they gone. So we hope that happens in a rural area and it doesn't get too bad. But these storms could give a little more of a spin. Now, looking at the potential for hail, that is up to 1.75. So that severe thunderstorm warning for Clay County over here, it still has potentially producing some very large hail with it. So once the tornado warning would expire and we don't see another one, we would sign off once again. But that still gives me signs of rotation. And you get the clever green colors. I mean, this is what we get. Excuse me. Up to the north here, Oklahoma area. Let me switch back. So we'll get the radar pulled up here. And you can see southwestern Orange County in north central Oklahoma, south central Clark County in north central Oklahoma, south central Powhatan County in north central Oklahoma, eastern Tuscaloosa County in north central Oklahoma to 7:30. At 6:42, severe thunderstorm located near Manford, moving east at 45 miles an hour. So this is booking at 45. So 60 miles of wind gusts and quarter-size hail with this. And a new severe thunderstorm warning just got issued. So we will take care of that. The tornado warning has just got lifted. So we will send you back just in a second. Sign off in a minute. But I'm going to take a look here at this one severe thunderstorm warning has just got issued here. And it's got that little bowing. It's a little gust front trying to pop in. And this runs through about 6 to 7:30 main fret. It's going to be damaging winds up to 60 miles an hour with this. And you can see this huge gust front trying to push in. And that's where we get into trouble a lot. Is when you get the gust front. And sometimes that can send out outflow boundaries. And that could produce some damage in straight line winds many times a lot. So we'll back in. See what we got. And just got a report coming in out of the storm. 65 miles of gust. So that would be another situation where we can see some very large hail with this. So I'll switch back to our hail products. And just don't see the largest hail that we can see. But a new storm trying to grow right over here. 80% of this coming severe. Mainly that just be a hail threat. Anytime I can see these couplets like this, that's where we see the potential of some spinning. So we could still see an isolated tornado with any of this, especially this down here. We're going to have to moderate the storm by Lake Kekuka area. That's where we have to watch for isolated spin-up tornado. I mean, we're going to have to watch all of that really closely because any of these storms could get a spin to it. And that's what we have to watch. So we'll put everything in animation again. This line of thunderstorm is capable. That could spin up a tornado too. And you can see it's all coming in a line. So that's just going to be more of a damaging straight line wind threat. And let's see what Mail had to say now. People informed this line needs to take care of your lawn. So that means if you have any lawn furniture, this line of storms could blow things around. So like I said, since the tornado warning has got lifted right now. We want to send things back. A sign off here. And like I said, if we get another tornado warning or something like that, we will break right back in. For right now, I'm Vice Forecaster with Weather Specialist Mail. We will continue to keep you informed, and the rest of the weather team will be here to keep you informed for the night, and we always got you covered as anything develops.